But now there's always something going on in the royal household, and this week has been no different. Tina Turner passing has led to Prince William to open up about how the pop legend's music had an impact on his childhood. And the Duchess of Edinburgh has become the first royal to visit Baghdad. Meanwhile, according to the reports, Prince Harry has a room set aside in a luxury hotel where he can stay without his wife, Meghan Markle. Interesting. So each Saturday I like to give you a rundown, and who better to do that than the royal biographer herself, Angela Levin. Angela, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. Right, let's start, Angela. You look fabulous today. Should we start with Harry and Meghan? Should we go with that first, or...?
Okay, Harry and Meghan, if you like. I know you'd like to do that first. But what's interesting is they have to pay almost £117,000 council tax, the equivalent of council tax, and it's from their local area, and in it tells you what they've got: library, cinema, gym, spa, pool, tennis court. Wow. 7 bedrooms, 16 bathrooms reduced to 13. I don't know what's going on in there, but anyway, so why would somebody want to go and stay in a hotel to get away? I mean, it seems very odd. One of the hotels, it's permanently booked for him, which sounds to me that it's something where he can rush to if things are bad. Is she shouting at him? Is he feeling depressed? He's obviously going out. There's another hotel with a gym, which he also reserves places to. I think it's a real tragic situation, because it means he can't get up for the kids if they need him. He won't be there first thing in the morning. I mean, it's a distance, isn't it? And the distance between them seems to get longer and wider.
It's all very odd, isn't it? What about the Duchess of Edinburgh then in Baghdad? What's the story there?
It's absolutely wonderful. It's the first royal who's been to Baghdad, and she was talking about women who are violently treated there. Now, what's interesting is she didn't go with a scarf. She just had a normal hairdo. She was met by the president and by the prime minister, and she was there in secret for the 3 days. The Foreign Office had asked her to go, and she went there, and if you hear some of her speeches and you look at her, she's so calm, she's so sophisticated and so caring about women being, properly treated, that I thought it was a wonderful decision by the Foreign Office. And actually she seemed to do it in the small bits that they let us see very well. I mean, I think she needs to be much more respected in this country, because there's so much going on that she just quietly gets on with her work. But I think we should acknowledge that she's travelling a lot, very loyal and doing a terrific job.
And what about Charles and Camilla then? They're in Ireland, aren't they?
Yes, they're in Ireland, and they had a wonderful reception there. They went to open a new garden especially for the coronation, and you could see the difference between them on that amazing day of the coronation and now, when they were relaxed. And there's one shot taken of Camilla putting her hand round her husband's back and smiling and laughing and talking to the... And they met two. One was called Camilla, one was called Charles. They were there with sort of phony crowns, and Camilla made a lot of jokes about that. And she's just very natural with children. And you could see, we've done it, mate. And they can now relax and get on tremendously well and do the job.
And what about Prince William and Tina Turner?
Yeah. This is very, very touching, because he says, they listened to it in the car, and he says it felt like a real family moment. And you think, and my mother should be driving along singing on the top of her voice. We'd even get the policeman in the car. He'd be occasionally singing along as well. So that shows that's before they split, Diana and Charles split, because then she didn't have a protection officer on her insistence. But I think that... he says it brings back lots of memories of my mother. And you see his memories are positive, they're nice, they're warm, and very, very moving.
Well, it's lovely, isn't it? Listen, Angela Levin, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me. That is the fabulous royal biographer, Angela Levin.